Discipline can be learned through trial and error. And there's a few things that I learned about discipline that has really changed the way that I approach my goals, the way that I approach my future. Because before, I used to be that type of person that would say, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym 5 days out of the week, and then never hold up to it. Or if I do try, I never stay consistent with it. Or I was that type of person that's like, I'm gonna take my YouTube career seriously. Today is a day where I'm gonna start taking it seriously, and then by the next month I haven't uploaded in like weeks. So I have changed a lot with the way that I approach discipline, because a lot of these videos that we get to see on YouTube about discipline, it doesn't really talk about the actual steps you need to contain that skill, because discipline is a skill. You're not born with discipline. Some people are born with it, but more than likely not, you learn this skill. And coming from a person who was a chronically procrastinator, I always waited until the last minute to submit any of my tests or assignments or any of that sort, or be the last to study. I have learned a lot about discipline. And so I want to show you guys the 3 things that you need to do today for the next 90 days to acquire this skill so that you can go after your goals. Now I have created a gym routine for myself. Now I have created a discipline towards filming videos and consistently uploading them and having them live for you guys every single day. I'm making a challenge with myself where I'm going to keep uploading videos every single day until I meet my goal of becoming monetized in October. So that I'm doing whatever it takes and doing whatever I need to do so that I can strive and have the future that I truly want. So if you guys are new here, my name is Geraldine and I make videos all about productivity and goal setting. So if those are the type of videos you'd love to consume, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Also click the notification bell so you do know when I do upload, and follow me on all my social media. I'm at Geraldine Silva. Also, a couple announcements. I do want to say, if you guys are new to this channel, I have a accountability group called the Committed Collective, where we are a collective who keeps ourselves committed to our goals. So if you are on this journey of wanting to successfully achieve your goals, then this is the group for you. This is the channel for you. This is free for anybody to join. Again, it's over on Facebook. The link will be down in the description below. It's called the Committed Collective, and I spend a lot of my time over there just chatting with you guys and giving you guys lots of tips and things that can spark a conversation and understand your guys' struggles and journeys, because I'm continuing to be on my personal journey as well. I haven't completed all of my goals, but I am working hard to get there, and you guys are kind of seeing the journey to that. I'm not like end all be all, but I'm hoping one day I can prove to you guys that like the things that I talk about actually happen, and some of them have happened. I have proved myself a little bit by uploading my videos and getting as far as I have with my YouTube channel. But that group is for you guys. I'm there to help you guys out for whatever reason you guys need me for, and I just love chatting with you guys. I have made the goal that if I get up to 50 members over on that group, then I will start going live and just chatting with you guys for a little bit and get to know you guys a little bit better. So if you want to join the collective, it's over there on Facebook. Again, the link will be down below. And also please join my emailing list where I will start sending you guys a email once a week with just more personalized like tips, and getting to email you guys and talk to you guys and just share a little bit more of my journey, as well as I continue to try to build a business off of YouTube. So again, that will be in the link below. Check out my website, geraldisilva.com, so you can sign up for the emailing list, and you will receive a free a goal setting mind map, where if you just have so much going on in your head and you just need a little bit more organization, then that is the thing for you. You get to write down your action plan and how you're going to tackle your goals. So that is it for the announcements. Let's get on with the first tip. So number 1, you have the lack of saying no. So the next 90 days, you are going to say no to yourself more. no to yourself to things that are bad for you. So think of the goal that you want, right? For me, it's I want to become monetized, which means anything that is not aligned to me achieving that goal, it's a no. It's, should I spend an hour scrolling on videos instead of trying to create content? No, I shouldn't be scrolling on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. I should be working on creating more videos, more content for you guys. Should I go out with my friends instead of staying home and saving money so that I can pay off my debt? Of course not. I should not go out with my friends because I need to stay home and I need to pay off my debt. Think of the goal that you want and align yourself to that goal. If it's not going to help you in the long run, then the answer will always be no. So one thing that has happened to me, and the reason why I'm saying start saying no to yourself more often, is because we like to give in to this whole like self-care thing, and it's good for people who are actually doing hard work. Self-care is for people who are actually mentally going through the toughness that they need time to take off. If you're constantly taking time off, then you don't need to have a self-care day. You have had enough of self-care. What you need to do is a lot more hard work. And so that is something I kind of felt over and over again with myself, where I kept just giving in. If I wanted the cookie, I was like, oh, I had a bad day like 2 days ago, I should give in. Or just telling myself yes just because I thought that was me loving myself. I thought that was me appreciating myself. But in the end, it ends up being that I am either causing two things: either allowing myself to get bigger, which means I'm more unhealthy, I don't feel good about myself, or B, it creates this cycle of me just giving in all the time instead of having these boundaries, instead of having this discipline to say no to myself and actually choose the thing that's actually better for me. Because whatever in the moment I want, I gave it to myself. And who wants to live in a world where emotionally you are driven instead of logically driven, right? You drive on your emotions, you allow anything and everything to affect you, therefore you should be given everything. And I lived that way for so long, where I just gave in to my emotions, and that just caused a bigger reaction and a bigger problem than me just stating no to myself. Me saying, this is not the time to have this. You shouldn't be having this at all. This cookie, you shouldn't be having this cookie at all. You're working on losing weight, therefore have something that's a little bit more that has a little bit more nutritional value. So start telling yourself no. Start telling yourself that these things are not allowed for yourself. You're not restricting yourself. It's not about restriction. It's about learning to say yes to the things that actually matter, because we like to think of it as a negative thing, right? Oh my gosh, I can't allow myself to ever have a cookie, or I can't allow myself to ever scroll on TikTok. That's not what we're saying here. What we're saying here is that balance of 80 to 20%, right? 20% indulgence, and then 80% of that goodness, that the hard work of being disciplined. 80% discipline, 20% indulgence. We need to have that balance. And so I live by that rule now, where 80% of my time I am dedicating to YouTube, I'm dedicating to my craft, I'm dedicating to my business, and then 20% I'm allowing myself to have those self-care days, to indulge in things that I really, really like scrolling on TikTok. I say that all the time, but I really like scrolling on TikTok. Or, I don't know, hanging out with my family. Like, you have to have that balance of saying yes and saying no, but 80% of the time you need to be saying no. Okay, if you ask yourselves 10 times a day to have a cookie, 8 out of those 10 times you better say no to yourself, and then you only allow yourself 2 times to say yes. Think of it in a days, right? 10 days. If we're doing the 80-20 rule, 10 days, 8 out of those 10 days you were telling yourself no. I know that's not a week, but it's whatever. 8 out of those 10 days you are telling yourself no. No, I'm not gonna go out. No, I'm not gonna give in to these temptations. No. And then once you've been disciplined and once you work hard, those 2 days, let's say it's on a weekend, or you pick the random days, you have your cheat days, you have your cheat meals, you get to go out, you get to have fun. 2 days out of those 10 days, you're allowing yourself to have that fun time. So think of it that way. 10 days, 8 out of those 10 days, you better be disciplined and telling yourself no. And then 2 out of those 10 days, you can allow yourself to have the freedom that you want. So the next thing that you need to do for the next 90 days to become disciplined is discipline is a practice. This is a reminder for you. Discipline is a practice. We are constantly being challenged to be disciplined. People say this for people who are like gym fanatic, who are gym junkies, or people who are into fitness say this all the time. Just because they look good and they feel good and they have a nice body, you think to yourself like, oh my god, it must be so easy for you to go to the gym every single time now. And a lot of them tell you, no, it's not. It's still a struggle. I still struggle to want to get to the gym, even though I love the gym now, even though it's been a routine. There's days where I still have to pick myself up and be like, let's go to the gym. Discipline is a practice. It's never a set thing that you're just always gonna know what to do. You still always have to pick yourself up and get yourself through the day. But the reward is the aftermath, not during, right? During the hard work, you're grinding, you're hustling, you're doing everything so that the aftermath, the reward of feeling good of like, I accomplished that, feeling good of like, I've made progress, feeling good of I'm getting what I want. You need to think about the reward afterwards. But again, discipline is a practice. So you have to say no to yourself more often, and that is the practice. You consistently tell yourself, no, I'm not going to just lay here. I'm going to go to the gym. No, I'm not going to go out. I'm going to stay home and I'm going to study. No, I'm not going to have that cookie. I'm going to eat an apple instead. No, I'm not going to scroll on TikTok for hours. I'm going to create content. You have to practice that no. Discipline is an ongoing practice. So for the next 90 days, practice with yourself. Practice of saying no. If you think of like a month and 30 days, right? If you split that up into 10 days, then that means you are going to have 8 days of being indulgent. And then the other 8 rest of the days, I can't do math, the other rest of the days, you're being disciplined. So think of it in that, like, think of it mathematically. In 3 months, you have 90 days. So if you split that up so 8 times 2, I can't do math, 16 days of being indulgent, you have 72 days of being disciplined. So 72 days of being disciplined. You have 18 days. You can spread them out sporadically of being indulgent, of being able to give in to yourself. But you need to grind and you need to tell yourself no and practice that every single day and look forward to those 18 days of I can relax. I can do whatever I want. I can breathe. I can have those self-care days. I can, indulge into the things that I want. But it's 72 days of discipline and 18 days of indulgence. So plan out the next 3 months. What is it going to look like? What are you going to be working towards? What disciplinary things do you need to do in order to achieve what you want? For me, it's I need to upload a video every single day, which means I am going to be editing and filming and scripting a video every single day for the next 90 days or until I become monetized. And yes, I will have those days where I can just relax and do whatever I want, but I need to prepare in the meet and beforehand of like, okay, if I know I'm gonna have a cheat day where I'm not gonna film it and I'm not gonna script, that means I need to film 2 videos in one day so that I can allow myself that one day to rest. You need to figure it out for yourself. How are you going to prepare yourself for the future? How are you going to prepare yourself for the next 90 days? Discipline is a practice. How are you going to practice this? How are you going to say no to yourself? What is the hard work that you need to do for those 72 days that you need to focus on? And you need to say no to everything else and just focus on that. The last thing is this is something that really has truly helped me with becoming disciplined, okay? And this is outweighing your future. Again, I've seen so many freaking videos about discipline and everyone says like, oh, break it down and make it into a manageable chunk, or you need to start small and then build up. It's like, no, the one thing that has helped me become more disciplined is I started to outweigh my future. Which means if I have two things that I have to do and I want to do, I need to outweigh them with the desire that I have for the future me. For example, if I want to scroll on TikTok or I need to film a video, I have to outweigh them. Which one is going to bring me to my future? What desire do I have more? And I have this like whole monologue in my head, 360 view of how I need to go about these next hour, right? Choosing what I'm going to do within that hour. Obviously, scrolling on TikTok is going to allow me to relax. It's going to allow me to breathe. It's going to allow me to entertain myself and turn my brain off essentially and just live in the moment, I guess. Me filming my videos creates the future that I want, of having a business, of having a passive income that is allowing me to pay my bills, that is allowing me to replace my full-time job. Like, there's so many more benefits to me filming, scripting, and uploading, but it takes 10 times more energy and 10 times more of my mental game than scrolling on TikTok. But again, outweigh your future. What do you want more? Do you want to relax and just live in the moment, and then once it's done, it's over with? Or do you want to work towards your future, put in all of that energy, and then afterwards you can feel good knowing that you've made progress towards your future? I started to outweigh that. And so whenever I'm stuck at a fork where it's like, I really just want to just not do this, I don't feel like filming, I don't want to do this, right? You go back to the whole discipline as a practice, you go back to learning to say no to yourself, and you go back to outweighing your future of, if I don't do this, I'm gonna be stuck working this job for the rest of my life. If I don't do this, I'm never going to have this as a full-time job. If I don't do this, I'm going to miss my mark, and I'm gonna watch everybody else have the dream that I want and I stay behind. I start telling myself all these things. I have to create that desire with me of, if I don't do this today, if I don't do this now, someone else is going to get it. Someone else is going to get it, and I'm going to be left behind. I'm not going to have what I want if I just scroll on TikTok. I'm going to get what I want if I do the hard work of filming. If I do the hard work of, I'm going to film these videos and I'm going to get them uploaded and then create progress towards my goal. So I hope this has helped you understand what it takes to become disciplined. Again, anybody can learn this. Absolutely anybody can learn discipline. You're not born with it. And if you are, great for you, but the rest of us has to work on it. So remember to start saying no to yourself. If you're looking the next 90 days for yourself, it's 72 days of you saying no and 18 days of saying yes. Start saying no to yourself more often. Discipline is a practice, and outweigh your future. What matters more to you? Your future or the moment? Okay? So I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you found it helpful. If you guys have any other questions or any other video recommendations, please leave them down below. I'll be sure to comment and take in your request as they come in, and please go join my Facebook group called the Committed Collective so we can keep each other accountable for the next 90 days. And please join my emailing list. It's free, again, for anybody. It's over on my website, drawlysilva.com. It will also be linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one.